film, and it's one of those moments where that moment in a way is about the way in which Fred realizes that this guy sees beauty in the world where he's forgotten how to see that beauty, and it's a fantastic thing.
Okay, du?
Yeah. Yeah.
Kannst auch auf Deutsch fragen, wenn du willst.
I forgot my question.
Dann kommst du später nochmal rein. Sie können auch auf Deutsch fragen. Da hinten, die beiden Damen am Rand.
Wer möchte?
Und ein bisschen kurz, sonst müssen wir nämlich hier irgendwann Schluss machen und nicht mehr alle kommen ran.
I don't have a question,
okay.
I just have a comment. I just want to say, a few of us here are Irish, and I just want to say that it was really cool to see an Irish movie in a film festival in Germany, and I just want to really congratulate you on how realistic the whole thing was, and it had us all crying at the end, and it was really moving and really well done. And
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay.
sorry, I just want to do a question. Just about the depiction of the Irish social welfare system, and the fact that you pointed out how, for instance, travellers can get benefits whereas people living in cars can't. I was wondering for you, was it anyway politically motivated, the movie, or was it a story just about two people?
It's certainly a story partly about the social issues. That's just a fact of the way things are. It's a movie about social injustice, and sometimes the accident of social injustice. It's not politically motivated. It's much more. I think what we were really aiming at is trying to allow audiences into the world of these characters who are just sort of, they're special in their own way, and trying to say something about how it almost doesn't matter what your situation is. It's important that we recognize the humanity in people, and in a way it's saying sometimes the system doesn't, and it's a small part of the thing, but we're not politically driven with the film. We're much more concerned to engage people emotionally in the lives of these characters and the humanity of these characters. I think that's fair to say.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the politics is what has caused it to happen in the first place, but it's a human story, and that's hopefully what you take away from it in the end. And obviously the situation that they're in the first place is what's driven it. So hopefully by the end you feel hope, as opposed to oi welfare system, you know.
Well, I would also add though, it's a good point, because the writer actually he's a playwright, but he also works and has worked for quite a long time in the public sector, so he knows an awful lot about the system. I think he worked as a tax inspector for a while, so he's witnessed social injustice at first hand often.
Okay. Ja, noch 1, 2, 3 Fragen hier vorne. Und wir müssen nämlich dann Schluss machen, weil das nächste Filmgespräch kommt. There will be the next film talk in some minutes, so 3 questions. This is number 1.
Okay, me again. I just wanted to ask if you could talk about working with Colin a little bit, because in the movie you had brilliant chemistry, and obviously you were both brilliant, and yeah.
Well, I grew up with films like The Snapper and The Van and The Commitments, which are great Irish films which Colin is in, and so I knew of him greatly. When I was on set with him for the first day, it was fantastic, because he is such a titan actor of, you know, that I'd known so much about. But I think what maybe worked, because we didn't rehearse a lot. You know, maybe there were a couple of scenes where we ran lines between each other, and then we maybe did 1 or 2 takes. But I think we've both done our work. So you've got 2 very different flints working on their own piece, and then when they come together, they spark in a unique way. and I think that's maybe what happened. Plus, we actually got on really well just as people, so it really helps that when you do something really intense, you can let go of it afterwards as well.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Mister, möchtest du noch was fragen oder vergessen? Schade. Okay, one more. Okay, yeah, 1, 2. Da hinten dann.
What I really liked the movie, this is the second time that I've seen the movie. I saw it first in San Francisco. And so what I liked about the movie is the music, especially Jules' theme, and it really was melancholic and hopeful, and it kind of really set the mood of the movie. And that was in contrast to the music played for Carl, like the heavy metal when his door was opened. And so I didn't really know what to expect when you got up in church. And I was trying to remember. Did you help to write that song? Fred is a kung fu fighter.
Yeah, I wrote that song because we had a song in the script. It was I can't remember which song it was. We threw it away.
We got rid of that.
Got rid of the song, and so at lunchtime I knew that scene was coming up, so I wrote a silly song at lunchtime, and I thought, if they ask me to do a song, because I think it would work, I'll pull this out of the bag. So
Fantastic.
So I just did it on the first take, and I said, Dara was like, "What are you going to do?" I was like, "Just film it and just watch."